What's up, guys? My name is Jerry, and today's video is going to be on the Detroit Pistons, and we're going to be talking about how they are building great team chemistry, and we're going to jump right into the video. Now, I'm really excited to make this video. About 2 days ago, almost the entire Detroit Pistons roster were seen at the Rico Hines run at UCLA. And if you guys don't know who Rico Hines is, he is a player development coach for the Toronto Raptors, and he played basketball at UCLA. So every offseason, he hosts these crazy star-studded pickup games. And over the years, I done seen guys like Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden, all these guys have showed up to the Rico Hines run. And on this particular day that the Detroit Pistons were there, I saw Stephen Ivy and Hamidou Diallo. And I saw some pretty great moments from the Detroit Pistons. I love that I saw Cade Cunningham. He was guarding Stephen Curry, and Steph scored on him a couple of times. That's expected. Curry is one of the greatest players of all time, but Cade was making him work for his buckets. And another thing that I saw from Isaiah Stewart, he is still expecting him to make a lot of noise, because this is a team that's full of dogs, and all these guys play the game of basketball with heart, and they do have a lot of talent on this team. I know what you guys might be thinking: if they have a team full of dogs and they have talent, why don't you have high expectations? But I got to remember that the Detroit Pistons are still a young team, and they still have a lot of learning to do. They got to know how to maintain a lead when they're up 10 points going into the fourth quarter, or they got to know how to come back from being down 10, 12 points going into the fourth quarter. Just things like that comes with experience of playing NBA basketball. And I think once they figure that stuff out, they're going to be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. And when it comes to possibilities, I definitely think the Detroit Pistons can make the play-in tournament and grab an 8th or 7th seed. I definitely think they have the talent for it, and I think what it's going to come down to for the Detroit Pistons is how fast are they going to learn, and how fast are they going to adapt to NBA knowledge. I think the quicker they learn, the quicker they will get into the playoffs, because the talent is definitely there. And now we're going to look at some of the individual expectations I have for the Detroit Pistons. And I will say I have some high expectations for a lot of guys, starting with Cade Cunningham. And I think Cade is poised for a breakout year. His rookie season was pretty damn good. He put up 17 plus and 5 plus assists and rebounds. Only LeBron James and Luka Doncic had done that amongst active NBA players. But what I saw from Cade, like with my eyes down the stretch of the season, the second half of the season, when we added Marvin Bagley, he looked like a completely different player. Or I shouldn't even say that he looked like a completely different player, but I should have said like it complemented his game more, because to me, Cade Cunningham is like the ultimate pick and roll player, because he has a counter for everything. So when you throw in a big in that two-man game that can finish around the rim, it makes Cade Cunningham so much more dangerous, because he can score the basketball from all three levels, and then he can set up his teammate in every way possible, and it just makes it almost impossible to guard that two-man game. So I'm expecting for Cade, with the experience that he gained in his rookie season, getting adapted to the speed in the NBA and the schedule, and he's going to start this season off healthy. I'm expecting some big things from Cade Cunningham. And I also have high expectations for Jaden Ivey. Now, I think Jaden Ivey will have the opportunity to be in the Rookie of the Year race, and I think the situation that he was in Purdue is not going to be as good as the situation that he's in Detroit. And watching him at Purdue, the spacing was not that great, and he also played with a huge 7'4" center that hung around the rim a lot of the time. So just imagine Jaden Ivey, just how special that is when the paint was always clogged, but that's still where he was living. He was still able to finish at the rim with all those bodies down there. And I think once he gets to the NBA level and he plays with his new teammates, it's going to be much better spacing, and much better spacing for him is a great thing, because it's going to be a lot easier to get to the rim. And he's so athletic, and he's so great at finishing around the rim. Even as a rookie, I don't think there's going to be much that most rim protectors protectors can do with him, because he's just so agile, so strong. He can just contort his body in so many different ways to make those finishes around the rim. And that's my favorite thing about Jaden Ivey. Watching him, that's what I noticed, is that he is in great control of his body. And a lot of players who have that athleticism and have that speed, they only know one gear. But Jaden Ivey, he knows how to slow it down. He knows how to rock that defender to sleep. And then as soon as the defense falls asleep, uses that quick first step and is straight to the rim. So I think Jaden Ivey, I think he can win Rookie of the Year. I think he's in a great situation and he has the talent for it. And another guy that I'm really looking forward to watching next season for the Detroit Pistons is Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart, now he's always working on his game and he's gotten better at so many different things. But what I've noticed about Beef Stew over this offseason is his maturity. He saw the Detroit Pistons. We have a bunch of bigs now. We have Marvin Bagley, Norland Noels, Jalen Duren, still have Kelly Olynyk. So he knows a lot of the time that we're going to be playing with two bigs out there. And he came out and said that he's going to work on his three-point shot a lot more because he knows it can be vital to our team's success. And watching him, how he closed out the second half of last season, finishing the year shooting 11 of 18 from the three-point line, which is over 50%. That's crazy. And then he brought that into the shot on both sides of the ball. He's going to play help defense. He's going to dive for loose balls. And he just does all the little things that does not show up on the stat sheet. So I'm really excited to watch him play. And there's some other players I'm really looking forward to next season. Jalen Duren, cannot wait to see his debut and see what he does with the Detroit Pistons. Killian Hayes, I think this is going to be a make or break year for him, and I'm a huge fan of Killian Hayes. The skill set is definitely there. It's definitely all in his head. It's going to be about if he's going to be able to put it together and gain that confidence level and just know that he has the skill set. Can't wait to see Sadiq Bey. All the crazy training he's been doing this offseason. He's going to be in crazy shape. The Detroit Pistons, they just looking good, man. I was really happy to see them at that Rico Hines run, playing with all those great players who have championship experience, guys like Stephen Curry and Pascal Siakam. You know, they were the youngest guys in the gym, and they was putting in some work with some of the big dogs. So I think that's pretty exciting. But that's what I want to talk about with you guys today, was how they're building great chemistry and great bonds with each other. And that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man. And that's curtains.